Hello folks, and welcome back to my channel, the Scottish Model Railway Guy. So the weather's not been great, so I've made some changes to the layout that I'm going to jump to pretty much straight away so you can see it. And this video is going to be all about how the layout's evolved in the last few weeks, and there has been a lot of additions, so here we go straight into it. And there's a couple of things in this zone. The first one is this. It's a little Metcalf shed that I added. I think it looks brilliant. I think it brings a sort of different dimension to this yard. This yard wasn't really going anywhere. It was kind of stuck in my head, so I thought, right, let's make it look really aged. You can see that I've added multiple layers of different types of grass and brush round about the edges of both bits, and they're now glued down, and I've left them for a couple of days. I did a really watery mix to glue them down, so it was like 25% PVA glue. I also made these wee chaps here, which are handmade oil pipes, and I made them from barbecue skewers, little wooden barbecue skewers, and just cut them, and it worked out okay. I'm going to come down now. I've very deliberately came right down in level so you can see what that looks like at that point, and I think it makes a huge difference when you see the detail at this level. Just put my pencil in for scale, but you can see when I've added this, and I'm going to try and move it really carefully so you can get a look round that yard from not quite eye level but certainly a lower level, and you can see with the train coming in there in the background, it's starting to get a certain level of realism, which I think is great. Now moving on to the static grass next. Now for those that have seen the channel before, you'll know that this whole area was scatter grass, which is different from static grass. Now what I did was I did a wee video that's just going to pop up sort of here on how I applied that, but I've now moved on to 4mm static grass. Still not happy. I think it's going to take a real static grass applicator to get it to stand up properly, which I'll do, and I can layer it on top of this with some layering spray, and that's a future project that you can watch out for happening on this channel. And the next part that we're going to look at is the wee yard that I've been working on in the sort of background, but you're also going to see the hills that I'm creating round about it, and I'm probably going to make a lake to put a wee boat in that I've got on one of the hills, but that's again a future project. So yep, skip to the new yard, which is an absolute mess, very deliberately, and here we go. And this is right at the edges of the layout, and what you can see down here that I'm going to come into in a wee minute is the wee yard that's an absolute mess that I was talking about. But before I do that, I was just going to show you this. Now, double yellow lines, you could hand paint them, you could spray them, you could do all sorts. What I did, and with this little box section here, it's a sort of reserved zone that I'm going to work on. By the way, do you like the working traffic lights? What I did with this is it's actually yellow and black tape, and I've finally cut it. It took a little bit of effort, it wasn't too much, but I finally cut it and then laid it out in strips, and I think it's come up brilliant. Once it's done on both sides of this road and the road that's under the camera just now, I think it'll look pretty decent. And I might put it up here and here to add some more character to it as it goes into the messy yard. You might also notice I've moved the crane further down the layout, and I thought that would work going from track to track. And further up here, where the train's just passing through just now, we've got a signal gantry, which I am going to jump very quickly to some hyperlapses so you can see that getting built. And trust me when I say that gantry was a faff. It's very, very difficult. I'll go over there in a minute so you can see it a bit closer on the layout. But down here, what I've been working on, so what are these? This is actually ballast. It's a black ballast that I don't use much, and I thought I'll make it into a pile of rubbish. You can still see it moving about there. That's also ballast. And this is the sort of brown scatter that I've been throwing about, chucking a BP oil drum. Just sort of strewn over in a messy area, and then I used a mix of PVA glue just to sort of darken the tarmac. I'm going to put a fence along the front here just to close off the zone with some other finishings, and I'll just nip round the corner so you can see it from the front. And that's it from the front, and you can sort of get a better idea of the very deliberately messy zone I've created here, with people digging away into this pile and digging away into this pile. Get some people in about there. It's all about the details. I got these little signs free alongside another item that I bought, and I think it's worked out okay. And as for the signal gantry itself, future project again, put actual working lights into here. That is going to be a future tough project, I think, to pull that one off, but I will. But the other one is putting the little threads along to make it look like a handrail. Again, a faff. That was from Dapol. That one, very, very difficult build. Took a lot of super gluing to get it right, but I think it fits in. But what I'd say is the whole layout's sort of build up in this zone. I don't think I'm going to do much more other than very fine detailing in this zone. Because I think it's there or thereabouts. And what I plan to do over the right hand side, and you can tell me whether you think it's the right thing to do or not, but I planned to sort of create another small hill in here to give it the effect that it's disappearing into the distance. And again, it's all about perspective, and down to eye level, and it takes on that completely different feel as you look around. Don't like that tree. I don't know, it's not for me. I think it's a Hornby one, but one of the lower end ones, but long term I might change it out. And I suppose, other than that, this is the other section that I've been working on. This is the sort of what was the great unseen section. There's another loop down the other end that you've hardly ever seen, but you will see it in one of my other videos. Started the decorating over there, and then I'll get the sort of white flashings going along the edge of it to make it look pretty decent, hopefully. And then that part you've seen there, so you can see I've still got a long, long way to go on the layout. So, on that note, I think that's enough for today. Thank you for watching this far. If you do give some thought to subscribing, I'd very much appreciate it. Throw me a like, throw me a comment, give me some tips, because I've still got an awful lot to learn on everything. So yeah, thanks again for watching, folks, and I shall see you again. Thank you.